Today's tutorial is called What is Hybrid Teaching? A philosophical, historical, and applicable approach. This was a part of a hybrid instruction bootcamp at Winston-Salem State University by the Center for Innovative and Transformative Instruction. My name is Dr. Wanda White, and I will facilitate this session. Before we begin, you have 3 learning outcomes upon completion of this tutorial. The first outcome is to understand the philosophical foundation of hybrid instruction in higher education. The second outcome, you will be able to recall the benefits of hybrid instruction for students, faculty, and institutions. And finally, upon completion of this tutorial, you should be able to begin to create a plan for your hybrid course in spring 2021, summer 2021, or thereafter. Let's start with the beginning, the historical foundation. So, much like online instruction, hybrid instruction began strategically nationwide, mainly at community colleges in the early 1990s. There were several reasons why this began at the community college level. Many state and municipal technology bonds were put on election ballots in the 1990s. This was providing extensive funding for information highways and massive spending on internet capabilities with technology in the classroom. Many of the first online courses and programs began at the community college level. There are several reasons why. Again, the funding through the municipal bonds, that was one reason, but also there is significant studies that show students who enroll in community colleges often need the flexibility of different types of pathways for instruction. Online instruction began there because that was a pathway for non-traditional students who could actually work, have a family, and still complete a college degree. It is also known that community college students are highly motivated to have a second chance at learning. Oftentimes, with family and work challenges, being able to come on campus is a challenge. So the online atmosphere was a perfect setting for that particular institution and level. Some other examples that worked well with the online courses were fast track models, 8 and 10 week courses, and even hybrid and blended courses, which evolved out of online instruction. So let's take a look at how this evolution happened. Hybrid instruction developed quickly after online instruction via the World Wide Web in the mid-1990s. Again, with online instruction being a very favorable pathway for non-traditional students, students still realized that they would like the interaction with their professor, with their instructor, or with their teacher. So the need for a hybrid or blended format became very urgent. Hybrid instruction contrasted traditional education, and by traditional, we mean either the brick and mortar instruction or face-to-face instruction that students receive coming to campus. It contrasted that by the fact that the majority of instruction was online, minus a select amount of time for students to meet in person with their faculty member. Some of the earliest versions of hybrid instruction were designed for students living in any location. However, it may have required a mandatory first-class meeting, and these came in different formats. Sometimes students were asked to come to campus once per semester to attend an all-day residency, meet faculty mentors and coaches, and even other students in their cohort. Other formats allowed students to network with students in their cohort, and they provided an overview of the material that they would study throughout the semester. Many times in these mandatory first-class meetings, students were given textbooks, information, Scores of online resources through an online management system such as Blackboard or Canvas, and then they were given the opportunity to work with students in their cohort either in person, online, complete practicums or internships remotely, but all academic work was submitted online. Some other models evolved from this original format, and we'll just talk about two of these models. The first one is called the flipped classroom. Many of you have probably heard of a flipped classroom. This is where instruction is put in the form of a hybrid classroom, and most of the content is put online in the learning management system, therefore leaving the classes that meet traditionally in face-to-face open for instructor engagement, student collaborations, and more interaction in an active classroom. Another type of model is called the HyFlex model. HyFlex is a course design model that presents the components of hybrid learning in a flexible course structure and gives students the option of attending courses online or in person. Now, a HyFlex classroom requires a lot of flexibility on the side of the student as well as the faculty member. Because of that flexibility, students can change their mode of attendance weekly, by topic, or by their need or preference. Again, this type of instruction requires a lot of front-end planning, flexibility, and even patience on the part of the faculty member. If you are interested in learning more about hybrid or flexed or flipped classrooms, please consult one of our other tutorials that will give you more in-depth information on those two topics. Let's talk about the benefits of hybrid instruction. There are benefits for both the students and the faculty member. First of all, for students, it requires students to learn to be self-directed. And oftentimes, even if we think our students are not self-directed, hybrid and online courses allow them to develop that skill better. Hybrid instruction also works well with the non-traditional students, as we have indicated earlier in its earliest historical foundations. Hybrid instruction supports students who have to work part-time or even full-time. Hybrid instruction creates a balance of online and traditional instruction depending on the format. And finally, hybrid instruction helps students to acclimate to a digital world. For faculty, there are some benefits as well. Hybrid instruction works well with competency-based models. Hybrid instruction frees more time for faculty to do research, as well as it enables faculty the ability to teach online, but still have some structure of meeting with students for engagement and interaction. Of course, the benefits to both are that it is a multifaceted learning format. It allows for flexibility in schedules. And of course, the structured online learning works well for many students who have that need in their schedules. Here is a quote by Curtis Newbold. It says that hybrid education may be the breath of the future and the death of teaching as we know it. There is always some controversial topics about online and hybrid teaching, about its effectiveness, if students appreciate it, about the rigor of the content, or about the courses that are online or hybrid. So that brings up the fact that there needs to be discussion with your colleagues and with your institutions about the effectiveness of hybrid instruction and how you can make your courses more engaged and open to students who may need this format of instruction. So, as you think about if you are going to teach hybrid and how you're going to teach hybrid, you must come up with a plan for your hybrid course. I require that, for me, I look at the calendar first and I think about, when do I want to meet with my students? What is going to be most effective for the population of students I am teaching, as well as polling my students, the incoming classes that will take my course, to see what days work best for their schedules. There are different models. Do you want to use the 80-20 model? Do you want to use a flipped classroom or a HyFlex classroom? Do you want your Tuesday, Thursday, or Monday, Wednesday class to meet on one of those days and have online content on the other? Do you want your hybrid course to be synchronous with meeting times on Zoom or Teams? Do you want your hybrid course to be synchronous meeting times on campus? And if so, how many times per semester and when? Do you want your hybrid class to have specific days of the week or month? These are all considerations because there are so many variations to a hybrid course. Are you ready? Are you ready to put your content online as a hybrid course? If you are, take some time over the next few days to create your schedule, plan and include it in your syllabus and course calendar, and most importantly, find some time and flexibility to plan your course to include all of the aspects that will allow your students to have the most success in your course. If you have any questions about hybrid instruction, either of the specific types of hybrid instruction, please contact CITI. We would love to help you as you design your course. Thank you.